Hey you guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel Homeschool On, where I do curriculum reviews and insights into the daily chaos that is homeschooling. Today I'm really excited to be able to review a brand new curriculum that just came out that's called My Story. It's published by Master Books. This is the level 1 I'm going to be showing you inside today. I have some close-up looks that I'm going to show you so you can see right inside the book what the pages look like. The next best thing to going to a convention and getting to flip through it for yourself. So stay tuned, settle in. It's going to be a good one, you guys, I promise. And let's find out if My Story is going to be a good fit for your family. All right, so first and foremost, what is this program? What is this curriculum? What is it all about? It is a social studies curriculum. That means it covers things like geography and politics and economics and all the different things that our kids need to learn about for social studies. Level 1, the first question I know that you're thinking about is this a grade 1 program? It could be. It's designed for early elementary. So that means that you can use it for grade 1, you can use it for grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, whatever your children need and wherever they're at in their level and understanding of social studies. So for my family, I'm using it this year for my daughter who is 5 and she's going into grade 1. I'm also using it for my son who is in grade 4, and it's really highly adaptable that it could be used with multiple kids and even for the entire family. So this is something that you could do where you get to do that one-room schoolhouse learning and bring everybody in one subject, one group participation. Each child could have their own book that they're working through, creating their own journal, their own story of social studies and the world around them, and one lesson that you have to teach. So for me, that is one of the greatest highlights of this program, but that's not all. There's so much that set this program apart that make it unique. There's really nothing that I've seen like this out there. It brings in all the benefits of an open and go textbook with all your lessons laid out for you, but it also brings in some amazing Charlotte Mason methods, bright, colorful pictures. It really is a fantastic book. So let's just stop listening to me talk about it and start looking inside of it. All right, so right away you're going to see when we look inside the table of contents that there are quests. So it is divided into 4 quests. These quests is kind of laid out like a journey, okay? It's laid out a little bit like an activity that your kids are going to go out on this journey, on these quests, and they're going to learn more about the world around them. So each of the quests starts off with the world around them, their family, their community, understanding their city, and then their state, and then their country, and then we're going to start learning about the entire world. So quest 2, they begin to actually go out and travel through different countries, which I just think is such a unique approach to learning about geography and different cultures around us. Quest number 3, they go through China, India, Russia, Canada. And then quest number 4, they're coming back around. They do the United States, Greenland, Europe, and they go back home. And they do it all through different modes of transportation, which is really cool. Things like skateboards and skiing and riding hills and, you know, just fun ways of transportation so the kids are actually feel like they're actually going on a journey. And then it has an appendix at the back. So it tells you how to use the guide. It's designed to be done 5 days a week, and then there's charting your course. So these are all the different elements that are included in the program. So there is narration, there is copy work, there are hands-on activities, there's coloring pictures, there's finding different words, there's making your own word collector cards, which are essentially these right here that the kids are going to be putting together to learn spelling, to learn how to read the words, but also as a great way for review. So they're going to be making these throughout the year. One of the things that I love the most is that they create their own journal, and because all of Master Books books are perforated and hole punched, you can pull out their journal pages, put them together into a little booklet at the end of the year, and this is their log of how it all relates to them, what they're learning about. There's reviews, there's quest reviews throughout each quarter, and there's even multiple languages included in the program as well, so the kids are learning about different cultures and words and setting that foundation for language learning throughout the rest of their education. So it is done so well. All right, so inside here we have the suggested daily schedule. So the daily schedule comes with all of Master Books programs. It's very easy to assign a due date, to check off when they've done it, to even grade it if you need to keep records for your state. And it also just tells you exactly what you should be doing on each day. However, it's not necessary in and of itself because the book is laid out in a way that's very open and go. It will tell you lesson number 1, lesson number 2, lesson 1, exercise 1, day 1. So you know exactly what you should be doing on which day without having to flip back and forth from your schedule. So it starts off with a bit of reading, okay, and it's written to your child, and there's different pictures included in that. I love the little watercolor at the top, and you'll see how some of the words are highlighted. And the reason those are highlighted is that those are the words that they're going to be making these little collector cards to keep track of and use for review, but also learn vocabulary, reading, and writing alongside their social studies. So it really brings this whole concept approach into just this single subject that they're covering. So they put their name at the top. There's different things to promote discussion and narration and just further information that you're going to be doing alongside with your child, seeing what it sparks within them and within you, because those conversations are a great way to take the learning even farther. There's activities, so it's going to have them do some sort of a project, some sort of an activity, some sort of application to them. Then there's a picture in every single week, so that brings in coloring, which is a ton of fun. I don't know what kid does not enjoy coloring. Actually, I do. I have one of those. But for him, even if he's scribbling on it because he just wants to get it done, he still does enjoy the break up between the week of reading, writing, and some days not having writing, being able to just color. So again, talk time, activity time, there's lots of hands-on activity components, but not things that you're necessarily having to go out and do a whole lot for. There are some projects, things like go to the library, that you can optionally do, but you don't have to. Anything that you need to do is built right within the program. So we're still, you guys, on week 1. Now we have another kind of reading, pictures, and another talk time, and they are learning about a Spanish phrase. There's a word find, a word search every single week, and oh my goodness, I was blown away by how much my kids enjoyed this. I kind of didn't think my 5-year-old would get it, but they compete over who can find the words the fastest, and they love it. It's actually what they look forward to the most inside their week, so I really enjoy that. And again, bringing in this talk time so that the kids are really having to think about and apply what they're learning to their own personal lives. Next, we have another reading, and then there's a helping hands, which is again them starting to identify where they fit and what they can actually do, what action they can take based on the lesson that they're learning about. There's copy work built into each week, and these are some of the words that will also be included in their review cards. And then at the end of the week, day 5 is your review. So there's some questions you're going to ask the kids, and then they're going to go back and find all of those words throughout the week that were highlighted in yellow and write them on their word collector cards. And again, this is bringing in the component of review, but also vocabulary and spelling and reading all in one simple project. The last thing that they do for the week is that they work on their My Story journal. So this is something that they're going to be adding to. Every week is different based on what they're learning about, but these are super easy to rip out, have the review on one side, have the journal on the other, or put them double-sided where you have just the journal pages on either side of a laminator pouch, laminate them, and make a little book for your kid of all the things that they've learned about throughout the year. So that's the basic layout. The basic layout for it is the same. It's repeated over and over and over again. Now we're just getting into different subjects, different topics, we're expanding the horizon from our individual, you and your family, to the city, to the state, to the country, to different cultures, and understanding how other people, their geography and their culture and the words that they speak and those kind of things. So we're moving on to community. They learn basic map work. They learn about their city, and so this is where they're going to start to bring in some applications there. Then they're going to learn about their state. For those of you who are in Canada thinking, hey, that doesn't apply to me, no problem. I just changed the word state to province, and I find that it's pretty darn applicable. And then we just learn about our province instead. So the kids are still seeing that progression of city, province or state, and then country. And then the next week, they're learning about their country. Okay, and then we're moving on to Where did everyone come from? Now we get to go outside of this, and we're going to start going on a bit of a journey around the world, learning about different geography, different politics, economies, cultures, and how those impact. That's where it brings it all back to how those impact your child individually. So if we look forward to my Train Through America, okay? So there's more words included as we kind of go along. The same format, there's still word search, there's still activities and copy work and helping hands and word collector cards. But the journal is now things like, what is your favorite book that you would bring with you if you took a trip? If you wrote your own book, what would it be about? Here's another one. Have you had the joy of walking in snow or ice? If there was snow all around, what would you want to do first? If you have a bike, what kind of bike do you have? Let's move forward to some other journal pages. What are some of the jobs your family members have worked? Do you live in the city or the country? Okay, so you can see how no matter what they're learning about around them, it's constantly bringing it back to the child and their own experiences and how they can relate to the lessons. So you have the review, you have some of the Charlotte Mason components like copy work and narration, you have the hands-on activities and the fun pictures to color that keep your kids engaged no matter what their learning style is. You got tons of pictures for your visual learners, they're listening to you read for your auditory learners, and yet we're constantly bringing it all back to the child where we're personalizing it for them and helping them identify with what they're learning, the different cultures, the different places, how that impacts them, and what it means to them personally. Because without that connection point, they're not remembering what they're learning. So I love how detailed it is. I love how it brings everything in, and I love how it covers such a wide variety of basically the introduction to all of your social studies that you need to cover, okay? So it's done really, really, really well. That gives you an idea of some of the pictures that are included. Hopefully you've been able to see what some of the different sections look like throughout the year, the drawing and the coloring sections, as well as the journal pages and how those can be applied. So if you're interested in more information, you can find them on the Masterbooks website, masterbooks.com. And you guys, it's like 25 something for the downloadable version. It's only 27 for the printed version. So this is really an affordable curriculum. A lot of social studies programs that are out there are double to triple the price. So it's affordable, it is high quality, and it covers so much information. Level 2 is anticipated to be out before fall. So if you are thinking, maybe a bit too easy, go check out the sample pages on the website. If you go directly to the My Story listing, there are sample pages you can download to see how it's laid out, to see it in higher resolution. If that's helpful to you, go check that out. And you might want to wait for that level 2 if you have older kids in upper elementary. But this is so incredibly adaptable, you guys. I absolutely think that my grade 5 daughter could do this with us, and we would work together through it as a level. If it's a little bit easy for some of your older kids, they're going to enjoy it that much more. They're probably going to retain that much more, and then they'll all be on the same page when you go to level 2. Plus, you can have your older kids be helping your younger kids at the same time. So if you're thinking, not only is this going to save you time because you can teach them all together, but it can also help if you have older students doing it along with younger students, because they can actually participate in some of the teaching and helping with the word search or telling them what to do next for coloring or what to write for their journal, those kind of things. So it is adaptable to be used within large family settings. It's adaptable to be used based on your child's needs and their level and where they're at developmentally. It is affordable and it is incredibly done, high quality, beautiful pictures, full color, just honestly an amazing social studies program. So if you don't believe me, go check them out on the website, check out the sample pages, and if you do buy it, I want to hear from you. I want to hear what you thought of it, so post in the comments below. And you guys, don't forget that I have a coupon code if you're brand new to Masterbooks that you can use to get a discount on your order. It's Rebecca's Friend, so check that out in the description below, and I hope to see you again for another review right here on my channel, Homeschool On.